Daryl Skins is there, Jordan Kills is there, but that's all he wrote. So green flag at the back then, so it's all eyes to the lights then. Mr. Matthews then moves out of the way then, and the red lights are on, all eyes to the lights, the clutches are dropped, then away we go. And it's a great start there for the number 168 RV and Ashby on that Triumph 955, and it's a rather unfavoured machine there for Ian Ashby, but he made it work yesterday for 7th place there, but he's going to take the whole shot as they go in towards Coppice then for the first time of 6, so it's going to be 168 Ian Ashby on that blue Triumph ahead of Morgan Creasy, I believe, as he comes back into your side.
Yeah, indeed, Ian Ashby got the rider of the day on the Extreme machine there. We don't know if we see an Extreme machine that high up in the running order. We're definitely going to try 955. Well, Creasy was used the extra power of the Ultra machine to go flying past on the straight here at Cadwell Park, and that seemed to be the only move that was being made. Oh, somebody making a very bad start. That was a long way back as the leaders make their way around the Chris curve. That rider's not even made it to the braking marker of Park at the moment, but I think that's going to be Morgan Creasy. He's going to be leading the way when they come back round to the gooseneck, and certainly Morgan knows his way around this circuit, and he's quite a brave guy. Did he actually go out on the wet weather tyres that you know of, mate?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so, but I'm sure Nick Creasy, his dad, is watching from the grandstand there at the mountain, so if I'm wrong then I'm sure he'll be able to drop us a message and correct us, but I'm pretty sure Morgan Creasy is out there on wet weather looking towards the chicane, and I can see that Morgan Creasy
in the way.
He is leading the way ahead of Ian Ashby. That's Tyler Donovan up next ahead of David May. Is that Connor Swire just behind him there in 5th place, Dave? Good stuff for Connor. Man from down south, I believe he's Bournemouth way, is Connor Swire. He's ahead of Clinton Wood. Looks like Tyler, it's 59 Andy Denyer up next, isn't it, on that naked machine. So Andy Denyer on that Triumph up next ahead of Jamie Thomas, Corey Smith, and then number 152 of Sean Goldsmith on that Kawasaki ZX-7R. But they are out of sight now into the hairpin, making their way around towards Barn Corner where Morgan Creasy, your race leader, shall be making an appearance any moment now.
Just watching him, waiting for him to come out of view there. David May's out on the grid, I take it, because David was another one who DNF'd yesterday, unfortunately. Is he? Okay, because he had a problem with the gear shifter yesterday. That's what caused his retirement. Unfortunately, he scored points in the first half of the race. So, as he pointed out, his main rival in the championship, Darren Cook, is here. But unfortunately, Darren definitely in the drop valve club, as we saw him at breakfast this morning. And the other one who's blown an engine is Andy Saunders, the man who's third in the championship. So, definitely retirements all round in the extremes at the moment as Morgan Creasy comes flying past with Ian Ashby holding on there, and I think David's being passed by another extreme machine on the straight. There might be Connor Swire, I think, who's making a bit of a move, but I think that David had the inside run and he might be able to get the more nimble extreme machine up under the brakes there at Park Curve. Waiting for the leaders to come back in the sight as Creasy comes around Chris Curve. Ian Ashby there is not quite able to push him, but he's certainly holding on to him at the moment, about a dozen or so bike lengths behind as he negotiates the gooseneck there. Down the hill they come, and yeah, that's David May looking good there in 5th place. I think might be Connor Swire trying to move up a few places there, maybe move on to the overall podium of 3rd place. So obviously there are two classes here, the extremes and the ultras, as Mr. Ice Cream paid me. He should have been here 10 minutes ago when we were on a break, Mr. Ice Cream. Right down the straight we go, under the bridge and disappearing out of my sight, and they're going to be back in your clutches very shortly, Bradley.
Yeah, absolutely. I was watching Morgan Creasy and Ian Ashby over the top of the mountain, then they're in towards Hall Benston. They do go out to the site once more, but everybody through safely this time around. I'm watching Sean Wallace go towards the top of the mountain now. He's got plenty of clear track behind him there, so Sean Wallace 4th of the extremes at the moment. We do have 6 extreme riders and 10 ultra riders out there on circuit, 16 total of course. Your race leader there, number 800, Suzuki. Obviously the reigning Thunderbike Ultra champion there. Last time around he was a second ahead of the 168 of Ian Ashby there, but this time around it was 1 second, it's now half a second. And the quickest man on the circuit is Connor Swire, bike number 20, who is in 3rd in the Ultras at the moment there. That's 4th place overall for Connor, ahead of David May, 2nd in the extremes. It is Clinton Wood, Jamie Thomas, Corey Smith, Andy Denyer and Sean Goldsmith. Then Sean Wallace up next. That's 3rd and 4th in the extremes there. A quarter of a second separates Goldsmith from Wallace.
Now coming past me, mate, that's Tyler Don holding on to that 3rd place. You do wonder if that's going to be a temporary measure. You're right, Connor Swire is coming very quick indeed. In fact, those top 4, which were spreading out a bit, have now closed right up to the whole Concertina thing going on there. Behind there, May and Wood having their own little battle as well. But yeah, what was looking like an easy run to the flag for Morgan Creasy, all of a sudden he's definitely got a bit of a fight on his hand. Of course, the disadvantage that Morgan's got is if there is a bit of a short, sharp shower somewhere, he's going to be the first one to find out about that. So that's always the problem with leading in these kind of tricky conditions. In fact, that four-way battle looks like it's going to become a five-way battle now, because I think that David May has just tagged onto the back of that group as well. And behind them, there's another big group of bikes there, Wood, Thomas, Smith and Daniel. So got a couple of very good scraps going on in the thing, and they're all mixed classes though. It's not two different classes. There's a good mixture of extremes and ultras in each of the battles, isn't there, Bradley?
Yeah, you're right there. You mentioned it was Clinton Wood ahead of Jamie Thomas across the line, but it is now Jamie Thomas who's found a way through on the number 85 of Clinton Wood then. So Jamie Thomas with around about 1.5 to 2 seconds of clear track in front of him. He will be looking to make it a six-way battle at the front then. But fastest in the first sector then, it is the number 77, the second place in the David May. Is there right on the tail end now of Ian Ashby, in fact. As Morgan Creasy leads Tyler Donovan and Connor Swire across the line. This is the best Connor all season. He's right there with Tyler Donovan as they tip in towards Coppice then. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, all across the line. And Thomas, let's have a look, is 1.3 seconds. And Jamie Thomas, Keith, is the fastest man on the circuit with a 1 minute 53.286. 1.1 seconds quicker than the race leader, Morgan Creasy.
Well, Creasy's got a reasonably useful gap as he comes flying past me here, and obviously Tyler Donovan's going to be a little bit wary of the back end of Morgan Creasy's bike after that little incident between the two of them yesterday, which saw a very high-speed get off of poor old Tyler there at Coppers. Fortunately, he was up and okay straight away, and his bike was up and not so okay a bit later on, which is why we had to call the racing off a little bit early yesterday. But yeah, I think Tyler knows he's going to have a fight on his hand. I'm watching for them at the gooseneck. And yeah, Donovan is getting looked left, right and centre. It's still Swire there in third, though. He's having a think about it, but I think he's too damp offline to think about having a bit of a charge down the inside there. And Ian Ashby still right in the mix there on that Triumph as well. He wouldn't mind claiming another scalp or two. And is that a change for second place? No, there's still Tyler there in second. Looks like they get a little bit closer. I wonder if parts of the track are damper than others, and maybe the different tyre choices of these guys have gone for might have a bit of an influence one way or the other in different sections of the track. I imagine it's probably a little bit slippier under the trees because that takes longer to dry out. Obviously, we've got the clear up mess at the top of the circuit there as well. So it's far from cut and dry this race, isn't it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And have a look at the sector times here. And it's Ian Ashby who went fastest of all in that first sector then. But it's now 1, 2, 3. Ian Ashby losing a little bit of time there off the back end of Connor Swire. But across the line, it's 800 Morgan Creasy, 19 Tyler Donovan, 20 Connor Swire. And Connor Swire is the fastest man on the circuit. That was until the number 169 of Corey Smith goes fastest with a 1 minute 51.2. And he's the only rider to go into the 1 minute 51. So a 1 minute 51.2. Corey Smith is, let's have a look there, 1 second behind Jamie Thomas. So it's all closing up inside that top 7 there, Keith. You'll be able to watch them as they come past you now as that battle in the extremes comes across the line. That's Sean Goldsmith ahead of Sean Wallace by 0.3 of a second. That's for the final rostrum position in the extremes at this stage. We do have 2 laps to go.
Yeah, Big Corey looking a little bit closer there. I think he might have left his run a little bit too late to clamber onto the podium, but you never know what's going to happen here, of course. It is still Creasy leading, no change at the sharp end there as Creasy leads Donovan and Swire. Ashby still just a little bit away. Is that going to be a challenge at the bottom? No. I think people are having a look at the inside of Mansfield, but it's just not going to happen there. That's Big Corey. Actually, maybe he's not left too late to clamber onto the podium. He is coming very quickly indeed, close right up with Jamie Thomas there. As you say, he has set the fastest lap of the race, so suddenly getting a second win, that's for sure. Let's have a quick look at the sector times. You can confirm as they trip the sector beams if he's gone any quicker this time, has he?
I can certainly have a look there, fastest man. David May is the fastest man in the first sector on that one there, because Corey Smith is quicker than Jamie Thomas, so that means he's right on
close
the tail.
Right up with him, yeah, that's what it looked like, yeah.
Yeah, so it's around about a quarter of a second, we believe, at this stage to go in towards the Woodland section then, but, well, who's your money on, Morgan Creasy or Tyler Donovan? I think they're both the kind of person just put everything on the table there and just go for it on this final lap. We're looking towards Barn Corner, and Connor Swire is right there with Tyler Donovan as well, so across the line, here they go. go. Last lap flag is now being shown to all these riders. Creasy, Donovan, Swire, May, Ashby, Thomas, Smith. 3.5 seconds covers the top 7 as they come across the line. May and Ashby, of course, that's the fight in the extreme. So David May takes the race lead away from Ian Ashby as they go on to the final lap here. But the race lead is coming back into your side.
Certainly are, mate. They come across the top there, and again, Taylor Donovan trying to work the slipstream of Morgan Creasy. There's not a lot between them, but I think Creasy possibly has a slight upper hand. Maybe got a slightly better drive coming off of Charlie's too. He certainly seems to have the upper hand as he anchors up for a park curve. Watch them disappear behind me. There's a back marker going around Chris Curve at the moment, heading to the gooseneck. Hopefully he's not going to have a say in this outcome of this race, but he's going quite slowly, and these guys are going, oh, we've got to change, mate. Tyler Donovan has found his way at Chris Curve somehow. Don't know where he found that gap, but Tyler has taken over the front running, and also trying to join him is Connor Swire. So all of a sudden, Morgan Creasy not looking safe. There's the back marker just going in. Oh, very nearly Swire nearly tagged Creasy there going into the brakes. Here we come there. They all go straight past the back marker.
I got him here. Morgan Creasy goes to the inside of Tyler there. No, Tyler Donovan slams the door shut as they go into the bottom of the mountain there. Connor Swire is keeping an eye on both of them as they go over the top of the mountain, and the top 3 through on that slow rider. Tipping into Hall Bends they go then, and the order is number 19 Tyler Donovan, 800 Morgan Creasy, and 20 Connor Swire there. Looks like Jamie Thomas getting held up just a little bit on the entrance in towards Hall Bends, but I can see the Connor Swire fan club there, I believe, just hanging outside of the pit wall here just to keep an eye on their man. But we're looking towards Barn now. It was Tyler Donovan with the race lead. Oh, he's got the power down a little bit too soon. There's a bit of a squirm from the back end, but Tyler Donovan there, he's just about pipped Morgan Creasy to the post there, so it's a race win for number 19 Tyler Donovan there. Morgan Creasy just behind by 3/4 of a tenth of a second there, so Donovan, Creasy, Connor Swire there 0.8 of a second behind Creasy to round out the podium. David May takes victory in the Thunderbike Extremes ahead of Ian Ashby by 0.6 of a second. Corey Smith sets the fastest lap of the race on that final lap of 1 minute 49.1. 3.2 seconds covered, the top 6 at the end of those 6 laps then. That is your top 6. Andy Denyer, number 59 there, 5th in class, 7th place overall, is there ahead of Jamie Thomas, Clinton Wood, and then we look towards that battle for the final podium position in the extremes, and it's going to go the way of number 48 Sean Wallace on that Yamaha R6 ahead of Sean Goldsmith on the ZXR Kawasaki. So that is for 10th and 11th place overall, 3rd and 4th in class, and now we're waiting on the number 96 of Scott and the 17 and the 4 of Jordan and Hayden Kilworth, and also the 51 of Paul Beasley. But Jordan